If you haven't checked on this video, I highly recommend you to, because this is just a continuation of this video. I do remember I did post this video and there's already people comment me about whether I mentioned something wrong or they just want to ask something else. And yes, I did forget something and I did mention wrong in that video, which is why I try to cover back something that I haven't mentioned. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first thing that I want to mention about is I did mention in that video where I think that for a weapon that as long as they're inside the range of 100 and 200% range, then there's no such difference, because I assume that in the worst case scenario, then you're always getting yellow crits. Yes, that person mentioned to me that I mentioned this wrongly, because at that point I forgot to think about one thing, the difference between two numbers. What does that mean? It's a very simple thing. If you take a look at Dex Nikana itself, 24% critical chance. Reaching a max combo with just only Blood Rush will give you 120% of critical chance. When you try to play without it, you can't tell whether the crits is more or less. But when you play by yourself, you can feel whether you're getting more crits or not. In order to see the difference here, let's take a look at Fang Prime and Dual Ichor itself, because both Fang Prime and Dual Ichor only had 26 and 25% critical chance respectively. If we're relying on Blood Rush and they can reach up to max combo of 12, means that they can get 11 stack of Blood Rush, resulting in that Fang Prime got 140.4% of critical chance, while for Dual Ichor can get 135% of critical chance. Now you might think that there's only have around 5% of critical chance difference. And yes, they have difference. And this is one thing that I mentioned wrongly before. They have difference. But the difference is, are they big or not? Because if you play with both Fang Prime and Dual Ichor here, then you can feel that the yellow and the orange crit ratio you get is no difference at all, because the difference is so low that you can barely feel the difference, which is why for these two weapons you can't feel it. Another weapon you can surely see that is that for Wanka Prime, not only it can reach up to 13x, but because of the innate critical chance of 32%, means that it can reach out to 185.6% at maximum. This value, if we try to compare with no matter it's Fang Prime or Dual Ichor, the difference is too large. So large that you can immediately tell the difference. And this is why I mentioned it very wrongly in the last video. Because yes, they have difference, but it's very dependent on whether the difference is big or not. For this case, which is Dex Nikana, yes, the difference is very large, which is why they have difference and it is very big. So big that it can immediately impact your overall output. So this is one thing that I need to clarify from my last video. As for the second thing, which is the build that I forgot to mention in my last video. For Dex Nikana, due to the fact that it can build combo so fast, usually you can go with the very general combo build first, which like I have here. But because it builds combo so fast, I was thinking that is it possible that we can run the heavy combo build in our usual run? Which is why for the build here, all we need to do is change a little bit of the things. One thing you can immediately tell is that we're changing Blood Rush into Sacrificial Steel. Because one thing you have to know is that for Dex Nikana, you only reach up to the maximum of 11x combo, which is for Blood Rush, you can accumulate up to 10 stack or 400% of critical chance. But Sacrificial Steel, despite it only provides 220% critical chance, with the heavy attack doubling the effect, you can get up to 440%. So it's very depending on whether you're willing to favor the small 40%, which is around 10% critical chance for Dex Nikana. You can choose whether you want to use Sacrificial Steel or Blood Rush. Other thing is that we will be changing the free slot that I have here with Killing Blow, and because we're playing heavy attack, you can choose whether you want to change Organ Shatter with Amalgam mods, as well as for your attack speed, you can change into like Prime Fury, because this is more consistent if you want to do heavy attack, since you can't manage to kill enemies so often. As for the Arcane, I'm using melee animosity because every melee hit you can gain extra critical chance for your next heavy attack. But if you ask me whether it's worth it, let's face it, I have problem playing with this weapon due to how enemies always like to avoid my heavy attack and I run out of patience, which is why I can't manage to get the footage. Maybe you can try for yourself, I don't know, but for me, I do not want to try it again. That's time consuming for me. And so, there you have it. This video for me is a very short one because these days I was so busy and I cannot manage to prepare anything for my next video, so I can only look back at the previous video whether did I mention it wrongly or not, and turns out Dex Nikana did mention it wrongly. So I very appreciate that some of the people managed to comment me down below and tell me about what did I do wrongly, and very thanks that they did tell me so that I can manage to make an adjustment and do something right from my own mistakes. I appreciate that, and I very hope that our channel can manage to grow even further so that I can provide a better content for you all. But that's for the future plan, and I have no idea whether my channel will really grow out to that part, so let's hope that we do our best, shall we? If this is your first time watching, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out any newest contents from me. Why not leave your comments down below if you got any ideas or thoughts you want to share with all of us. And that's it from me, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye bye!